Welcome to our live training session number 9, part 2. In this video, we're going to get our engine fired up, as well as start to tune our fuel ignition timing and VTEC point for our wastegate spring level. We're going to have a lot to learn, so let's jump into this live training session so we can get started.
All right, so let's jump back into our live training session now. In the previous video, we went in and created our base calibration file. We linearized the fuel tables, the ignition tables. We went in to disable our VTEC so we can tune our low cam fuel in this video and learn how to do the optimization process, and set all the details for our injector sizes and for the cranking fuel because we're in ethanol. So now we are ready to upload this file. So if you look down here at the bottom of the screen, we can find that I have driver, FlashPro, OBD2, and ECU all are going to be checked. I have my OBD2 cable for my FlashPro plugged into the OBD2 port, and I have my USB cable plugged into the FlashPro plugged into my laptop. So that's going to be the process of what you always want to look for so that you're able to upload your file. Now before we upload this, we need to implement live tuning tables and turn them on. We haven't talked about this yet. So if we jump into online here, we're going to be able to go select live tuning tables. And this is going to allow us to do live tuning. We're not going to have to go in and constantly update our fuel and our ignition timing changes as we're making them. Now, if we have to program some details for maybe our cranking fuel or for our injector size or something of that nature where we're not able to live tune, we still have to do that traditional method. We're going to have to jump in and upload the change, which takes anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. So we have to be mindful that that still can occur. But if we go here to select live tuning tables, this is going to be saving us a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is pick the tables that are going to be most relevant for what we're doing here. First off, if we jump down our list, we're definitely going to be choosing fuel high and fuel low. And we can see when we choose these two, it's going to be showing us 19% of the memory for live tuning, or the live tuning option here is going to be used. So we have roughly 80% more left that we can fill up with other tables. So let's choose our ignition timing. That's going to be other two tables that we definitely have to have here. And now we can see when we choose these two, we're roughly 39%. So we have another roughly 61% here left in the memory that we can use for other live tuning tables. So if we look down our list here of all the other tables we have available to us, we are going to probably choose, looking at this, let's go in here to our boost tables here for our boost control. We're going to be getting into that, not right now, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And looking through the rest of this, if there's anything else that could possibly help us here. I don't see any other tables that will probably be super important or relevant. Maybe we'll turn on our map watt termination pressure if we're switching between our closed and open loop. We can turn on our TPS watt tables here as well, and then we can do our VTEC window pressure switch as well. Looking at this, that should be good. So we can take what we've set up right now and we can upload it to the ECU. So any of these tables that we selected will be real-time tunable. Let's click close here, and then we're going to go in and just simply hit the upload button now and upload our file. And then we can get online and start checking some of our sensor data. So go here, I'm going to hit upload, and we're going to see that it's going to go through the upload process. It takes about 60 to 90 seconds to do the first upload. It's always going to be this time-consuming process here. So we'll just be patient while it does this on the screen, and then as soon as it's done, then we're able to hit F10, which is going to allow us to get live with the ECU and start to monitor some of the information. So what we want to do next is take a look at some of the most important sensor data that we have available to us. So that's going to be our map sensor. We need to make sure that that's going to be relevant and calibrated. We need to make sure our air temp and our coolant temp sensors are going to be reading approximately ambient conditions. Right now in my garage, if I look at my dyno screen, it's showing me it's about 58 degrees right now. So I should see that my temp sensors are going to be right around that range. We'll find that they're a couple degrees probably off, but that's fine. We want to see that they're reasonable values. And you can see obviously it's going to take a little bit here to upload. We are going to also be paying attention to our wideband input. So our wideband is wired into the EGR lift, or pin B12 on this particular application. We need to make sure that it's going to be reading coming into the software, what my wideband controller is reading. I need to make sure they're matched. I don't want to see a mismatch. If they're mismatched, that can create some problems. If we're relying on it to do our fuel changes at wide open throttle, so in open loop conditions, we need to make sure it's going to read right. So we might have to go into the voltage offset and tweak some of the values so we get a little bit closer. But let's wait until we get to that point here. So we're almost done. Normally it doesn't take this long. This is taking a little bit longer than what I'd expect. It may be because I have so many live tables selected in the live tuning option. It might have been slowing it down a little bit here. We're almost ready to go. let it just continue out here and finish up, and then we will jump here online. Now once we check all our sensor data, we're going to be ready to fire up the engine, and we're going to be paying attention to the starting. Because we're on ethanol, it's going to require a lot more fuel, and the engine is cold right now, and right there the fuel pump's primed, so it's went in and uploaded. We can tell us the last FlashPro upload succeeded, so we'll know that it's went in and it's uploaded the file that we created. Let's jump in here real quick. One thing that I want to point out